Have you ever met a truly humble person? Someone who recognizes their own strengths but doesn't brag about them and accepts their own weaknesses without making excuses for them. Their ego doesn't require fame or fortune or good looks or power. Instead, they realize there is always room for improvement and are open to new ideas or even criticism. We're going to explore this quality and figure out how to be more humble. We're not going to become like Gandhi overnight, but it will help us move in the right direction. There's nothing quite so humbling as walking around in the middle of nowhere and realizing just how insignificant you are. You really start to feel small after looking up at the Milky Way or a majestic mountain or a stunning sunset. Or when you come across some wildlife you weren't expecting, like a rattlesnake in the middle of your path. Or hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, and fires. It doesn't take much to remind us that we aren't as awesome as we think we are. We're going to define humility like this. Humility compels you to admit your weaknesses, then gracefully learn how to improve them. You are teachable and submissive to your teachers, mentors, legitimate authority figures, and other higher powers. You don't take yourself too seriously and rejoice over other people's successes. Now we're going to explore how we get there from here. First, we'll learn how to swallow our pride. In fact, I'm going to encourage you to stop using that word entirely when you use it for something you did or something you accomplished. Next, we will learn the importance of being teachable, since you really don't know a whole lot. In fact, the more you learn, the less you know. We will learn how to practice being anonymous and how to stop drawing attention to yourself. That doesn't mean you don't lack ambition. It just means you aren't doing things for the praise of the world. Then we'll work on one of the hardest things, which is submitting to legitimate authority figures. Can you politely submit to authorities even if those individuals are imperfect and make mistakes? We'll also practice doing some humble things like tasks that aren't necessary in our day-to-day lives but are beneath us, because nothing and no one is beneath a truly humble person. And finally, we'll figure out how to take the blame and give the credit. Wow, that's a tough one too. You ready for a humbling experience? Let's get started.